Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today, let's have a bit of a discussion, shall we? The Australian people still do not comprehend the research from Dick Yardley, unfortunately. There are many that do, but from my experience with some of the comments that I receive back while I leave comments on other platforms, is it's not official Australian government paperwork, isn't it? So they know what official Australian government paperwork is without even knowing. They jump the gate and go for their life. Sad, very sad. So I wrote a few things down while I was away. The fraudulent seals. The first fraudulent seal was created in 1973 from a public functionary seal. Now, a public functionary seal is not for making laws to govern. It is for the use on our public assets, such as our schools, our hospitals, etc. The paper coin that was created in 1973, the 1988 Constitutional Commission, Bills Number 1 and Bills Number 2, confirm that these political parties still need a referendum to recognise their said paper coin. Then Bill Number 2 states that they need a referendum to recognise their Queen so that senators and members of Parliament can swear their oaths to a bit of paper. To me, it's pretty straightforward. And I'm not the smartest cookie in the jar. But I honestly believe the indoctrination of our country's people, and I don't care if you're pink, blue, green, yellow, makes no sense to me. You are a man and you are a woman. Anything else, to me, is a mental condition. What else have we got? The changing of the status of the Commonwealth of Australia in 1973 over to a political party, sovereign, independent and federal nation in a geographical sense. And then in the Australia Acts Request Act 1985, where all the states were forced to join this said sovereign, independent and federal nation. There has never been a referendum to ask the people what they want. It was just forced upon the people, same as the monetary system in 1966, 14th of February, the Australian dollar. No referendum, outside of the Constitution Act, null and void. As you can see, I've got a lot of scribble. Honourable. These so-called politicians, judiciary, and anyone else that thinks they can call themselves honourable while they're destroying our country and our people, to me, is one of the most deceitful things a man or woman can do. You either tell the truth or you get the fuck out of the way. And every single Australian politician is lying to us, the people. Dick Yardley's research confirms, and Wayne Blue. Wayne Blue is an absolute gem. Same as Dick. They both know what they're talking about. And I suppose I sort of followed through after I followed Wayne for a long time, and I wanted more evidence to prove that Wayne was right. I knew he was right, but I needed the evidence, and unfortunately it took me a long time to be able to touch base with Dick Yardley and his research. If I had found it a lot earlier, I would have been here a lot sooner. But if you've got any questions, you can hit them up in the comments. Wayne Glue is a great guide to the law. Yes, he is, Marin. He certainly is, mate. I've had enough of pain, though, I know that much. What's the difference between the Australian government and gangsters? Gangsters and the Australian government. Well, I don't think there is much difference. At least with a gangster, you get to know where you stand. With these criminals that call themselves the Australian politicians, they keep moving the goalposts. What's the difference between North Korea and Australia? Same again. At least you know where you stand when you're in North Korea. You already know the rules. If you don't, you get shot. This one might piss a lot of people off. I myself believe we are on a spherical sort of planet. Now, all the evidence that I've come across proves that we are on a spherical planet. And if I had a telescope with video recording where I could go to the coast and look at New Zealand, it would prove without a shadow of a doubt that the world is spherical, however you want to say it, because on a flat earth, a so-called flat earth, you should be able to see every country from your coastlines with a telescope. As we look at the moon with a telescope, we should be able to see heaps of details when we're looking at another country. Tell me I'm wrong. So I see the flat earth as a distraction to keep everybody running around the same bush. Don't look at this information over here. Well, it's flat. Is that right, Maggie? You don't think it's flat, do you? Next on the agenda, what's next? Unalienable rights. Unalienable rights. I got a message, I don't know when it came through, but it's a good letter to send to the AEC. There's a couple of little changes I would make to it. They've got inalienable rights. Well, sorry, but it should be unalienable rights. And I would also add in of England, where it states common law, because we know these criminals that call themselves politicians and judiciary have used 5 different common laws in one court case to give themselves the win. Now, if that's not fraud and treason, I don't know what is. What else have we got? The voting. Voting's coming up for the criminals. Now, I will be following exactly what Wayne Glue has stated in his letter, and I will video it, because I will not vote for a criminal, especially when I know the truth. And I'm hoping that most Australians would take the time to either read and comprehend the research from both these absolute gems of men, Wayne Glue and Dick Yardley. It's taken a long time for me to get it all through my head, so and there's still a lot more to go. Probably won't get to fit it all in there. There's not much room left. But from my comprehension of the information that Dick Yardley has put out and Wayne Glue, we are at the end. If we don't stand up and stand together, united as a people, there is no future for our future generations. And that means no future for any of us, unless you want to be a little slave living in their 15-minute cities, eating bugs, owning nothing. Now, my main beef, I suppose you would call it, is with our land titles that have been fraudulently stolen and changed behind our backs without the knowledge of anyone but these political parties. And anyone that thinks they are a political party, you're on the wrong side of the fence. The right side of the fence is with the people. And the Constitution Act is, in my opinion, our saviour. Yeah. So, other than that, I got no idea. What else, babe? Anything special? Don't shake your head.
Look at me.
There was something else, but I can't remember what it was. But I'll get back into making some more videos and stuff from Dick's research very soon. Just have a few things to tidy up here, and we'll be back in full swing again. I don't know what else to say, guys. It's we are no longer sovereign. No, we're not. I want to join and chat. I don't know how to do it, mate. How do I do that? Ricardo Bossi is just another political party, mate. I'm sorry to say, but he is registered as a political party. And ask Ricardo Bossi about their paper queen of Australia. Ask Ricardo Bossi about the fraudulent seals. No, he's not. I'm sorry, mate, he is. He is a political party. Look it up. It's all there. These are the facts. I just don't understand how facts can be construed any other way than what they are. Thanks, mate. I'm trying. I'm not the smartest cookie, but yeah, I'm trying to help. I've just got to be careful what I say because of the princesses behind the TikTok standards. They don't like the truth too much. But I suppose it's easier to believe a lie because a lie is more colourful than the truth. I always thought that truth was a virtue, but it's one of the worst things. I look back now and it makes me sick on what has happened to our country and our people. We have people living in tents. We have a gentleman down south that was standing out front of the bank, Starkers, with signs over him. This is bullshit. This is not Australia. This is their dictatorship. And you've only got to look at the wealth of all these political parties. Have a look at the individuals. Pauline Hanson. Pauline Hanson was on the verge of bankruptcy before they threw her in a cage. Now, the woman that came out of that cage was not the same Pauline Hanson. I now call her the Red Wolf that ate Little Red Riding Hood. Because this particular individual is now worth over $27.5 million. And that was over 12 months ago that I researched that. That website has now been taken down. I wonder why. I did get a few screenshots of different individuals, like Daniel Andrews was 654 million off the top of my head. Malcolm Roberts was 110 million. And mind you, these were all 12 months ago, so I'd hate to see what their figures are now. Now, while I was cruising down south, I looked up People First, Senator Rennick. He owns 7 properties, was it? I think it was 7 properties, and he's got shares in 14 different companies. Do you think any of these pricks are doing it hard? I don't. I don't at all. Get over it. Get over what, mate? Go on, spit it out. Get over what? What, get over that they're raping and pillaging our country and our people? I won't get over that. But what else? I'm lost now.
Well, you're far enough in there.
Hey?
If you don't like what I say, get the fuck off my channel.
It's all in the trusts and stuff. Yeah, I reckon it is too. But the only way to fix all this, in my opinion, is exactly like Wayne Blue and Dick Yardley says. We have to go back to square one. We have to rid this country of political parties. There are no political parties in or under the Constitution Act. That is a given. If you haven't read it, it's only 22 pages. Now, I wish I had Wayne Blue's knowledge at the same time, which I'm trying. But because our properties were alienated from the Crown and you have full ownership, so explain to me how a political party can dictate to the people and charge a tax extortion rate on something that you own outright. Well, the only reason they can do it is because they've created their own sovereign, independent and federal nation in a geographical sense. It's all under their dictatorship rules. They're not laws, they're rules. And the Constitution states if it is not granted to it, it is denied to it. We voted how many times against local government and they still force it down our throats. Now, when the people of this country wake up to the fact that the Australian government themselves have no crown and constitutional authority, that's when I believe things will change. Yeah. It's a funny world, isn't it? A world built on lies and deceit, while we all pay for it. But other than that, guys, it is just a game. I don't know what else to tell you at the present time. I just sat down to have a coffee and a quick smoke. I better not light the smoke up. They might have a sook and
You mentioned it.
yeah, they might fucking ban me just for mentioning it. Life is no meaning to me anymore. I agree, Billy. I agree totally. I'm just a cow. Really? Well, they got no idea then, have they, random chickie? But I don't know, peeps. But if you've got any suggestions that you want more detail on, like for instance, the next video I'm looking at doing is the cancels, and also another video on their precious little Queen of Australia. I keep going on to other platforms and leaving comments on all the so-called politicians' pages, but I don't seem to get many responses. I think, well, I don't think, I know they all know, and unfortunately the proof is in the pudding. I'm not sure how many of you guys have been stirring them up. I've seen a few, but I've also seen a few come back and are happy to vote for a political party, even though they've, well, I thought they comprehended the information that we've been putting out, but they're still happy to go and vote for a political party, even though there is no political parties under the Constitution Act. So, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to make sense to me. It's pretty clear cut that we're using their own information against them. And we know they don't like it, but it has to be done because the Australian people need to see how deceitful these Australian politicians really are. Well, don't vote, don't pay the fines. That's exactly right, Billy. 100%, mate. 100%. Political party drama. AI, really. So, but we, because of the economical terrorism that has been forced upon myself and my family, that's the reason why we opened up our little honestydoesn'tpay.com for t-shirts and mugs. The mugs are too expensive. I think that's going to have to be taken off. But yeah, with my abilities being taken away from me to be able to earn an income the old-fashioned way with these, I've been pushed down this particular road to try and create some sort of income for myself. We haven't created any income off any of the videos. Same as Dick. Dick's not created any income whatsoever. Same as Wayne Glue. No income whatsoever from any of the information that they've been putting out. It seems that people are more interested in going to these people that are asking for donations, etc., etc. Now, I'm old school. I believe that for money to change hands, you need some sort of physical item in return. And I will cut my nose off despite my face. I suppose that's a downfall of myself. But it's the way I was brought up. And hopefully I've instilled that into my kids, because money is not everything. It would be nice to have enough money just to maintain the things that we've got, but unfortunately I've got to hand back another right because I don't have the funds to be able to keep that right. Yeah. Mind you, it's only a slug gun. It's nothing special. It's just to shoot the rats. But because I don't have the funds to renew their license to keep a weapon, so to speak, which it's not a weapon, it's only a slug gun. A weapon can be anything. A weapon can be a screwdriver. A weapon can be a pen, me coffee cup, and a pitchfork. But yeah, so that's another right that I've had to forego at the expense of the political parties, while they all make themselves wealthy off fraudulent Australian dollars. I don't know, guys. It's to me, unity is the only thing that's going to get us out of this mess. And if, as we can see, there is a lot of intelligent people out there that have tried, and it seems to get broken down by people's egos wanting to stroke their egos, so to speak, and give themselves a name. I never wanted a name. I would have rather just plodded along at my own pace, like I have been doing for the last, nearly 15 years after the injury, just trying to keep going forward, just keeping quiet. But I've had to poke my head up because I'm sick of the amount of misinformation and deceivers that are lying and deceiving the people. I'm not one to tread lightly on a lie. I had a good upbringing, but I had one piece of shit in the family, and The people that know me, isn't that right, Dad? They'll know who we're talking about. One thing my old man said to me, maybe it would be a good thing if anal still gets in, because it will screw the country further. And I believe he's right. I honestly do. But I can't bring myself to vote for these criminals, and we haven't voted for God knows how many years. Yes, buddy. So, yeah, we'll find out on the 3rd, shall we? It's going to be a very interesting day. As soon as I've done the video, I will, don't do that, man. Once I've been over there to hand them the letter and get the video done, I'll come home and I'll upload it straight away. I'll do it as early as possible. I'll try and be over there first thing in the morning, because this country is in a bad way. Well, there's another point. Because we've just come back from Victoria, unfortunately my wife drove 95% of the way. I found that the more I jump around in the car with all the bumps, potholes, roller coaster rides of the roads, it seems to cause more pain. But looking at the roads, the state of our roads compared to the state of politicians' bank accounts, it sort of pisses me off. And I hope it pisses a lot of other people off too, because with, 28 million people, something like that now, and growing faster by the day, thanks to political parties trying to cover up for their crimes of treason, which they're not going to get away with. There are too many of us now that know what they've done behind all our backs. So it's really a sad world, isn't it? Do they send you? No, they don't send me. Oh, they did send me the fine, the last one. It took them 4 months or something to send the fine, Billy. But all I done with that was I put on 624. I only have one master, like I've done with every other fine that they send me. But this new letter that the bloke sent me last night, I can't remember. I think it was Aussie Patriot or Australian Patriot 101. I'm going to utilise that, and I'm going to see if I can get my name off the electoral roll. I have rang them up prior, years ago, pardon me, to have my name removed off their list, but they refused to do it. Just giving me old bullshit, as they do. So I think this letter, being in writing, might actually stir the pot a little bit. So I can only try, and I'm willing to give it a shot. Do I hate Albanese? I don't hate Albanese. I despise Albanese. Anal. I despise any politician. Not because of who they are, but because of what they've done to us and our country. I need to pick your brain. You're more than welcome to pick me brain, mate. I don't know. I got no idea how to do all this shit. What's that? Guests? Is that what I push? Go live with guests. Random chickie. Alright, so I can do that. So do I just do that and then you invite yourself, or what? Are you voting? No, I'm not voting at all, Matty. Not at all. I haven't for years, mate, and I never will again. Because I know the truth now. I know that they are all criminals. Wayne Glue has been spruiking this for years. Dick Yardley, years. How many others? Years. And it's now time that we come together as a people and show these deceitful, dishonourable people exactly what they are and what we're going to do. They all need to be out. We need our country and our freedoms back. There hasn't been one politician, not one in this country, that has protected anybody's unalienable rights. Can you post up a picture of what you write on the unopened fine? I can, mate. I think I've got a screenshot of it somewhere. But it's just, it's a Bible verse, 624 or 620. Yeah, I think it's 624. I haven't got my other phone. But it's the King James Bible. And I think it's Matthew 6:24 off the top of my head. You can only have one master. It's only a short Bible verse, but under their system, that's religious belief, whether you're religious or not. And I'm not religious, not by a long shot. I do believe there's somebody higher power than us, because man definitely hasn't created this. This is just too gorgeous. Nature is absolutely beautiful, and these criminals are absolutely destroying our futures. No, all good, Billy. Yeah, no thanks needed, guys. It's this is just me having a ramble. I'm just happy to help. I'm not here to lead anybody astray. I wouldn't give you something if I wouldn't go and stand on it myself. I worship our sun and our moon. Yes, I agree totally. The sun gives us life, I believe. I'll poke my head out of the screen for a minute and I'll have one of these so they don't see it on the screen. Show your shirts. Oh, sorry.
That's not your shirt.
No, it's not my. This is not my shirt. This is from a bloke named Danny, and the only place a politician should be hanging around. He had one that was the only place a pedophile should be hanging around, and I sent him a message and asked him if he would change the wording over a little bit for me. And he did. Thanks, Danny. And I wear this shirt. I got two of them actually. I wear these every time I go. Oh, I got three. Sorry, I just got corrected again. Yeah, I wear them out everywhere. I'm not scared of the truth. Should you be? I'm not, and I don't believe anybody should be scared of the truth. The truth is a hard pill to swallow. Gotta go. No worries, Billy. You take it easy, mate. I can't remember what Danny's shirt site was. I'll find it and I'll put it up in a post, because I believe that Danny's got some good shirts. I'm trying to do the same, but I don't think I don't have the what would you call it? The ability.
Salesman.
I'm no salesman, that's for fucking sure. No, it's gone out. But other than that, guys, I'll leave you to it. If I think of something else, I'll jot it down and keep it for the next live. Do you know what humble means? I certainly do, Random Chickie. I'm very humble. Why do you say honesty doesn't count? No, honesty doesn't pay. Because being honest all my life has not paid dividends. It's actually sent me backwards. My balls are swollen like pumpkin I'm scared. Are they? You must have some pretty big balls then, mate. But did Ned Kelly ask for permission? Did William Wallace ask for permission? I don't believe so. And I still don't believe any man or woman has any more rights over you or me than yourself or myself. We are all in control of ourselves. A little bit of paper is not going to stop somebody from doing something, is it? Oh, yeah. Of course you're okay, random chickie. We're still breathing, mate. We are all in a world. Yes, we are. Rock, paper, scissors, yep. One foot in front of the other, as I've always tried to do. Just gets a little hard at times. But everybody has those sorts of moments. Some more than others. And I believe that these people, unfortunately, that have been kicked off their properties unlawfully, stolen, is what it is. When they wake up to the fact that these criminals have got no crown and constitutional authority, just perceived authority, purported authority, and it's quite a strange feeling where you get to sit back and see all these people still following along, just towing the line of the political parties, and they go in full retard mode to try and protect Daddy Govco. And Daddy Govco is the one that's causing all the problems. And I understand our Aboriginal people.
Sorry.
That's all right, man. I understand our Aboriginal people because they too have been forced into this monetary system, pay to play. And the only ones that can pay to play are those that are raping and pillaging the people. It's a really sick world. These evil, better not say that word, these evil individuals and political parties are only looking out for themselves and their own pockets. They don't care about you, they don't care about me, they don't care about the next Aussie. All they care about is getting people into this country so they can get away with their crimes of treason. And I think personally, it has to come to a head. One way or another it will come to a head, and there's only so much one man can take, one woman can take. And once you get to that stage, unfortunately, for whoever's on the receiving end, probably will not like what comes out. But other than that, guys, I got no idea. Plus negative, yeah, yes, most definitely. We're in more danger than we know. Forest Fairy, you are 100% right, mate. We are definitely in more danger than we know. And I believe that Wayne Glue and Dick Yardley have given us everything we absolutely need to rectify this country and to help all our people. We got empty houses, yeah, we had empty houses down in Victoria across the road from us, and the Australians weren't allowed to move into those particular houses. They were all being put aside for the Sudanese. And one Sudanese family across the road, nice family, don't get me wrong, they were a beautiful family. They actually got that house given to them with all new furniture, new car, new phones, all the latest stuff. And they had an extra house built for them over at Tarnee. a brand new house, mind you, from the ground up, and just given to them. It's yours. Take it. They've got to pay their rates, because the rates are for the political parties, for their pockets, not for the benefit of the community and not for the benefit of the people. So I suppose I could finish up on that, couldn't I? I could, our deed of grant of land. If we still owned our properties under the Constitution Act, we would have a deed of grant of land. Now, what we did have was a creation of the political parties' certificate of title, which it had their fraudulent copies of public functionary seals on the top. And as you should be aware now, a public functionary seal is not for making laws to govern. But now, because I honestly believe they're getting a little bit worried because there's too many of us that know, they're making everything digital, and now we've lost our paper titles. So maybe this is the key for people to stand united, because they've stole all our land. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I never will. But I do enjoy learning from others. Down in Victoria, 4 particular individuals, or 6 actually, 6 individuals I would like to give a real good shout out to. Mark and Val, I take my hat off to these two, no question of doubt. Very intelligent man and woman, very honourable. And if I hadn't have left Victoria, I probably would have moved closer to Mark and Val. Then we've got Dave and Tammy, another 2 Australians, honourable Australians, that speak nothing but the truth and have tried and still trying to help other Australians. And Terry and Mel, another 2 legends, absolute champions. Expect nothing from you, but are quite happy to sit down and have a yarn, have a coffee, have a chat. Nothing in return. That to me says a lot about people. Other than that, guys, if there's anything else, they've sold them. Yeah, they certainly have. They've sold their souls too, mate. I'll try and figure out how to do a live where I can. I've seen them before where they've got other pictures up on the screen where it's got other people. So I'll just have to do a bit more research. But I'll go and finish me cigarette. As soon as I can't show it, somebody might have a teary. But we'll be back in full swing soon, guys, because I honestly believe that if people followed Wayne Glue and Dick Yardley, we would have it. I hope we stand together sooner than later and claim, yeah, so do I, mate. So do I. But anyway, guys, all the best, and yeah, stay tuned for the next episode. All the best, guys. Cheers. Oh, I should have them bastards on, shouldn't I, so I can see.